Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Beyond Beaches, Thailand's Investment Boom. And for those who don't know me, my name is Helena, and I'm the representative of the NIF Real Estate Agency. We sell property all over the world. We have a project for investment, for permanent residentship, and of course, for passport program in different countries. And today we're going to talking about the real estate market in Thailand. We choose 3 locations. For our opinion, these locations it's more interesting for investment. And that's why I invited my colleague, Tim Schuster. Tim, thank you very much for your time. I know you're in Thailand, in Phuket. How many years you have been living there?
I've been here. We've moved here, I think 3 years. Last week or the week before, it was 3 years since we've moved, and we spent the majority of the time in Phuket. So I know this place pretty good, but other investment destinations in Thailand also we researched it thoroughly, I would say, and we do some deals there, so also pretty fluent in terms of Thailand in general and Southeast Asia. So if you have any questions beyond beaches and beyond Thailand, I will be happy to answer as well. So for those who are listening now, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask in the chat. Or I think it would be even more convenient. There is a Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. So if you have questions, just put it there. We will have a dedicated session for Q&A, and we will cover everything there. But if anything urgent, just shoot it there. We'll try to cover throughout the presentation. So the presentation itself, I guess, will take 45 minutes, and we will have some time for the Q&A because this is usually the most interesting part. So stay tuned. So shall we move from this beautiful slide number 1 to something more investment oriented? Let's put it this way.
Yes. I turn the floor to you.
Yeah, thank you. So let me try to give you a picture of Thailand and real estate in Thailand, investment numbers, and some trends. So if we look on the Asian market, on the Southeast Asian market per se, I would say that there are 4 main points we need to consider. Number 1 is the year-on-year growth. So it's not only about Thailand, it's more or less about the whole region, but real estate prices are growing at the rate of 8 to 12% on average year on year. So for example, Phuket in the first 6 months added 6% on average for the off-plan properties. So pretty much in line with this guidance of 8 to 12%. That's one. Second, the market itself is growing. So I would say that Thailand is becoming kind of the engine of the real estate globally and locally. And the market is about to hit 70 plus billion US dollars in several years. And the compound growth rate is about 5% during this time frame. That's second. Then we have a very favorable market to the investors because there are a lot of offers on the market. So developers try to invite buyers, to invite investors. And depending on the project, depending on the amount you're investing, you can get a very, very nice deals, especially on the primary market. And also, when we are discussing the primary market, it's important to note that we have 0% installments plan. plans. So we need just from 20 to 30% as a down payment for the off-plan properties, and everything else, depending on the region, depending on the project, you will need to pay by the time of completion. There are some projects where you can enjoy these installments plans not until the completion date, but for 1, 3, 5 years after that, which makes it even more interesting for your cash flow as an investor. We will cover a couple of such projects later on. So why Thailand? Again, 4 main points I want to stress. Number 1 is a stable currency. So the Thai Baht is one of the most stable currencies in the whole world. So it's been in the narrow corridor of 3% versus US dollars. So a little bit growing, a little bit going down, but it's all around 3%. And it's been for ages already. Because if we compare to, let's say, other countries or interesting investment opportunities in the region, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, the local currency is not that stable. So when you are considering your investment in USD, which you probably are doing, then Thailand is the number 1 pick, because in other geographies, this currency fluctuations may, let's say, harm your investment in a sense. That's one. Next up is the economy itself. So economy is growing in between like 2 to 3% annually. But on top of that, we have very, very, very low inflation rates. So compare it to the US, compare it to Australia, compare it even to Singapore or Europe. Last year, we had less than 1% inflation, while in European Union was like 6-7%, right? So again, here for the economy, it's a very, very healthy sign, right? So economy is growing and it's strong. Next up is the tourist flow. So Thailand is one of the most visited countries in the world. So more than 30 million people are coming every year. And this number is growing year on year. And when we're discussing Bangkok, for example, Bangkok became the top #1 most visited city in 2024. This also means for you as an investor that the demand for the real estate is growing, right? So investors are about to enjoy higher returns. And number 4 is the easiness of the purchase, right? So transactions, all the transactions are very straightforward. You can do everything remotely online. You don't need to come to the country. And you can own the property to your name without any limitations. Now, I wanted also to cover 3 main myths of the Thai market. So myth number 1 is liquidity, right? So, and that there is an issue with the real estate liquidity. So I would say in some parts of the country, the secondary market is not yet settled, right? So just in the development phase, development mode, but it's growing nicely. And the most important thing for you as an investor is to choose the project, to choose the property very carefully and be very picky about that. So when you enter the investment phase, you need to understand whether you invest long-term, whether you invest short-term. Do you want to flip that property? Because this will impact what you choose. So be very picky and choose wisely. That's one. Then you will not have any problems with the liquidity. Number 2, that foreigners cannot own property in Thailand. This is actually, it's 50-50. It's a myth or not, actually. So as a foreigner, you are not allowed to own land in the country. So if we are talking about villa, for example, or a house, so you can own the house, but the land you will lease. So it could be also a very, so we can build a framework that makes your position very safe, but we need to take it into the consideration. But if we're talking about the apartments or some condos in the market, here you can easily own the property freehold under your name with a title deed under your name. So 100% your ownership, property, inheritance with zero risks whatsoever. So you can own property in Thailand when it comes to condos, and you can own, when it comes to villas, you can own the house, but it will be on a leased land. Still, we can have the structure to make your position safe. And number three, that Thailand is mostly, not only, but probably mostly, is about beach holidays. So beach holidays is, of course, like true, right? So this is a very popular destination for, you know, playing on the beach, that's for sure. But on top of that, Thailand is developing rapidly, and some parts of the country attract more and more businesses, more and more headquarter offices of the big corporations, more and more digital nomads, and so on and so forth. So it's not only about beach time, not only about Andaman Sea or Siam Bay. So Thailand has much more to offer. Next up, let's start from Phuket. So this is where I live, actually. You don't see the whole beauty of the island right now on the video, but let me assure you, this is a beautiful, beautiful island. And right now is actually a very nice moment to enter the market as an investor. For the I'm talking mostly about the off-plan, like primary market. Now is a very good timing. So the market is developing rapidly. So we're enjoying around 10-15% annual growth. And when it comes to the rental yield on the long-term basis, it will be around 6 to 10% annual rental yield net, right? So what's important to note when we're discussing Phuket? So number one is a popular resort, and it used to be a very seasonal market, not anymore. So after the pandemic, the island is becoming much, much popular with visitors during summertime. So a lot of people are coming from the Gulf countries, right? From the GCC. A lot of people are coming from India, right? So, and Europeans and US are coming in the winter time. So I wouldn't say it's a seasonal market anymore, right? So it has very year-round demand. Let me put it this way. Of course, December, January, February is the highest season. Still, other months are pretty much okay in terms of the rentals. Thai government is putting a lot of effort to make the island, let's say, a luxury island. So a lot of budgets are going into the infrastructure. A lot of services are coming to the market. So we have a lot of golf courses, a lot of five-star hotels. Some of the world's best clinics are coming to the market. We have a lot of international schools. So the price tag here is, I would say, it's on average is even higher than Bangkok. So you can invest on a pretty, let's say, low entry point and still enjoy nice returns. Why is it possible? Well, because it's an island, right? And 70 to 80% of the land is not available for construction at all. So the land is scarce. and we have very limited supply of land. For example, in the most developed parts of the island, beachfront location, like almost like free plots of land, almost non-existent, right? And with the growing flow of tourists, this demand will just rise. So the owners who rent those properties out will enjoy even higher returns. So I really see the future of the island quite bright. For Phuket, we have dozens of potential options for investment for very different investors for different budgets. Today, wanted to present just two of the options. Both of them are situated at the beautiful Layan beach. So it's I would say it's central island, maybe between center and north, if you know the geography a little bit. So this is very close to Bangkok Laguna area, which is the most luxurious part of the island, very developed in terms of infrastructure. And right now, this development is, let's say, migrating to the north, and this Layan area is getting more and more projects, more and more infrastructure, more and more restaurants, nice hotels, and so on and so forth. So let's start with, no, it was a false start. Also wanted to pay a little bit attention to the schools on the island. So Phuket is getting traction for long-term living right now with the expats. And this was made possible thanks to two things. One is medicine, right? So healthcare in Thailand is top-notch. So Thailand is top 5 globally, country number 5 in terms of level of the healthcare. So when it comes to health related things, this is the place to be. And the second component is international schools. So in Phuket, we have right now, I think, 16 international schools with British curriculum, American, I think Finnish, French. So you have a lot of options to choose from for your children, for your kids, and a lot of expats are moving here for long-term living, and this also gives investors another opportunity to maximize returns. And usually this is very different properties from what you have on the beachfront. So beachfront is more touristic focused, or if that makes sense. If we go a little bit inland, this is more expat focused, but again, a lot of nice opportunities to get a villa or a nice house, and your kids will enjoy really nice international schools here. Again, different budgets, but everything is top notch. For the projects, so projects number 1 is a nice development. I would say it's an entry point in terms of the budgets. 4 buildings, 7 stories, and in Phuket in general, you can't build more than 7 or 8 stories in terms of height. So we don't have skyscrapers here. So very nice condo, 10 to 15 minutes walking proximity to Layan Beach, close to what's called Phuket's Billionaires Bay, so close to a couple of most iconic developments by Anantara, where all big business people from Bangkok have their houses there. So this project is 5 minutes by bike to the Anantara project, close to the future Hyatt, close to the Residency, and like a bunch of 5-star hotels, and still a very nice price tag. So in my opinion, and based on our analytics, and we do a lot of analytics, so we have a lot of big data. So this is probably the most interesting project right now from the ROI perspective in terms of your capital gains on the property itself, right? So the price until the completion will get some traction. And also in terms of the rental yield. So combined, this in like our forecast is around 200% ROI over 10 years. This combines rental yield and capital gains, and this number is net. So we already get rid of all the costs that you have, all the taxes, and all these things that are usually printed in red in the business case. So pretty interesting project with a very nice price tag of around $110,000 right now. And also we have very good relationships with the developer, so might get even a better deal for you. So a really nice project, entry point, still a very good ROI. So if you're just testing the waters, this is the best tester of the waters. Yeah, so that's number one. Another project is a luxury and beachfront project. It's really, I think, like 10 minutes by foot from the first one, but it's the beachfront. So you can see that you have your property, you have your balcony, then a tiny road. So one row this way, the one row another direction. Then you have a beautiful jungle and the beach. The jungle on the beach, actually. So from this property to the sea, maybe 50 meters, to the beach, I guess like 10, 15 meters, and you're there. This is a huge project. It has 3 parts. This is the part number 1, directly on the beach. This is a branded residences by Italian luxury brand Itro. So they just signed the contract, I think, a couple of months back, and they will have a 5-star hotel operator, not yet announced, but think of something like Hyatt, JW Marriott, and so on. So something top notch. Very, very good project in terms of the product quality, very good layouts, very safe, a lot of infrastructure inside. So branded, like good restaurants inside, spa, clinic, a lot of pools, some infrastructure for kids, infrastructure for your pet, and so on and so forth. So really top-notch project. And I'm coming to the price right now, but same quality, for example, in Dubai, will be 3 times. Maybe you think more, but let's stick to 3, like 3 times more expensive in terms of location, quality, and the product itself. So really nice project. The first phase of the project, the one that is directly on the beach, starts at around $500,000 US for 1 bedroom, but still pretty big 1 bedroom, so 70 plus square meters. And you can enjoy very different type of layouts, up to a penthouse with a magnificent view on the Andaman Sea, with the sunrise just in front of your windows, right? And the huge penthouses, they're about 4.5 million US. But again, if we compare it to something like Dubai, this is in terms of the prices, it's non-comparable. So in Dubai, it will be 15 plus. Here it's less than 5. And also, this is phase number 1. There are also phases number 2 and 3, actually the same project, but it's not 50 meters from the sea, but rather 200, 300, maybe 500 meters. But again, you are going to the sea through the infrastructure, so you don't need to cross any roads or seeing some local bikes and etc. In the phase 2 and phase 3, the price tag is a little bit on the lower side, I would say like 250 to 300 US dollars. Again, for a one-bedroom apartment, quite a big one, around 70 square meters. So this is a top project for your residence, for your second home, for your holiday home. But again, it will have a hotel operator, so you can easily rent it out if you don't want to use it, or if you want to use it, let's say a few weeks a year, and rent out the rest of the year. What's important in Phuket in general, this is a very good location for investors looking for passive income. Again, as the tourist destination, we have a lot of hotel operators here. So when you buy a unit in a particular condo, the majority of condos will have a hotel operator that will take care of everything you can imagine, right? So dealing with booking, with Airbnb, check-ins, check-outs, payments, cleaning, repairs, you name it. So everything will be taken care of by the hotel operator, and you will enjoy the rental yield doing like literally nothing. So Phuket is a very good destination for passive income seekers. Guys, if you have questions at this point in time, don't hesitate to drop them in the chat on the Q&A. Or if you want to chat directly, you can scan the QR code, and Lena will take care of that in the WhatsApp. So if you are interested in some of the properties, we can organize for a consultation or an online visit, and etc. I see a question is coming, so let me check. Maybe we'll cover now. Question. Let's cover it now. I think if it's about Phuket.
You think now it's better, because maybe we will talking about other locations and answering after.
Okay. So I'm sorry, but I'll answer in 10 minutes, maybe 15. Again, let me move quickly. So next up is Bangkok. So Bangkok is the biggest market in the country, and one of the biggest in the region. So this is a massive city, like huge. And like Thailand in general, right now, there are few trends going on. So trend number one, a lot of, for example, companies and big companies are moving out of Singapore and out of Hong Kong to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia and Bangkok in Thailand for tax purposes, for cost of living purposes. But the fact stands that Bangkok is getting traction as a business hub in the region. So a lot of people are coming, and a lot of businesses are coming, and a lot of expats are coming. That's one. Second, it's a huge tourist hub. So a lot of people are flying, for example, from Europe to Bangkok, enjoying Bangkok for a week, and then go into some beachfront property to enjoy the sun and the beach. And also Bangkok is very, very popular, and I think it's in the top charts of the best cities for digital nomads. So it's not expensive. You have a lot of things you can do there. You can have a nice lifestyle, not for, let's say, crazy money. You have very, very fast internet here, which is important for digital nomads. I think Thailand right now is number 3 in the world on average. So Dubai and Singapore are leading the way, and Thailand is number 3. But like internet is amazing, services are amazing. So really nice place to be as a digital nomad. And this also creates a good demand for the properties. When we're speaking of Bangkok, let me put it this way. So in terms of liquidity, I guess this is the most interest in market. But in terms of the rental yields and the capital gains, it's a little bit on the lower side from Phuket. So again, the most visited city in the world. At the same time, property prices right now are not that mind-blowing in terms of not that high yet. Growing rental demand and also developing economy, right? With all the businesses coming here and moving their headquarters to Bangkok. I forgot to say one more thing is that in Thailand is very, or until recently, was a very agricultural country.
Yeah.
And a lot of people right now, especially young people from rural areas, are moving to Bangkok and are about to become the first city generation, right? So this also creates a huge lift in the demand for the properties in Bangkok. Today, I wanted to, I think I have also a slide. I always forget about the schools, but so in Bangkok, of course, a lot of people are moving with their family, with the kids. And Bangkok has everything you need in terms of the education for any age, small children or like proper school, going to the university. You can do it all in Bangkok. And I wanted to show you one very interesting project in the primary market of Bangkok. So let me give you one more hint. Is on average, I would say that Bangkok is a little bit less expensive than Phuket, even on the lower side on average. But like today's project is by the biggest developer in Thailand. It's called Sun City. They have more than 400 completed projects. So this is like huge company with a lot of knowledge. And this project, they're building exactly where their headquarters in Bangkok is situated. So I would say that this for them is kind of the, I wouldn't say it's iconic, but this is a very important project because all the big bosses, all the owners will see it every day. So it's more or less in the same compound. But what that also means is that the quality will be awesome. The design and the outer spaces will be awesome. So everything will be top notch. And this property is again low rise, 8 stories, 3 buildings. One of them is pet friendly and also one clubhouse with all the infrastructure inside as well, with very good location in terms of the, let's call it subway, right? So the mass transit system is 10-15 minutes by foot. And also what's very important for Bangkok is the expressways. So, and the expressways are the toll roads. So toll roads are 5 minutes by car from this place, which is also very important because with the toll road, you beat the traffic. And traffic in Bangkok, let's put it a little bit politically correct, is complicated, right? So yeah. Bangkok in terms of traffic is complicated. So this is a very modern property. If we're speaking subway, I think 4 or 5 stops from the very, very central Bangkok, again, with a lot of infrastructure just at your doorstep. The shopping mall, the business centers, the BTS, which is the subway. So a very prestigious area, nice design, a lot of greenery, and also a very nice price tag. So starting at around 160 US dollars, thousands US dollars for 1 bedroom. I would say this is a very, very interesting property for long-term lease or for your own, I'm sorry, living in the city. So really nice nice project starting at 160. And in terms of the layouts, the biggest one I think is 3-bedroom. I would call it 2.5 bedrooms actually, around 90 square meters. So again, a lot of opportunities here, both for personal use and for especially long-term lease.
And installment is available in this project.
Yeah. So installments are available in all projects that we're discussing. For the freehold, for the foreigner quota, it's 30% down payment and 70% due in 2 years at the completion stage. So again, for the cash flow, you need around like 55 thousands US to book the unit, make the down payment, and you will have 2 years to collect the balance. And the last one for today is Pattaya. So Pattaya is something in between Bangkok and Phuket. So this is a city around 90 minutes from Bangkok. No, maybe 90 minutes from Bangkok airport, maybe 2 hours from Bangkok itself. A very trendy place, I would say. Again, it's not that tourist dependent as Phuket. So of course, there are a lot of tourists during the winter time, but this is also a place for local businesses and for digital nomads, and also for, let's say, Western elderly people who come here to spend their pension time, enjoying sun, enjoying the beaches, enjoying affordability, I would say, because it's much cheaper than Phuket, for example. I would say in terms of the prices for everyday life, it's maybe half of what you need to pay in Phuket, and maybe 70% of what you need to pay in Bangkok. And also, this place is again only 2 hours from Bangkok. Also, the railroad from Bangkok is coming to this place, which will make it like just 1 hour commute. So it has a stable flow of tourists, both international and local, because a lot of expats and a lot of Thai guys are coming from Bangkok for like holiday, for long weekend, or just to spend a day or two here. Government is investing heavily in the region. So they're building right now the so-called Eastern European corridor, which goes from Bangkok through 3 provinces of Thailand to the east. And this is about roads, it's about the railroad, it's about upgrading the airports, it's about building business hubs, building digital hubs, building some, let's say, healthcare hubs. So a lot of businesses and a lot of infrastructure is coming to this region, and this will boost the demand as well. At the same time, the prices here are much more affordable than Phuket and Bangkok. So good properties on the primary market with installments and all the financing programs. I would say that for 65,000 US, you can find some decent properties. So again, for first-time investor, or for someone who wants to try investing in Thailand, might be an interesting entry point, because such a price tag, it doesn't exist in the developed parts of the world. right? And this part of the world is quite developed. So very interesting price tag. For the rental yield, I would say it's a little bit on the lower side versus Phuket, 7 to 9%, so 1-2 percentage points lower. But the capital gains are still there, around 10% a year.